video, we are going to see a problem on pentagonal pyramid. And for that, here we have a question. A pentagonal pyramid, base edge 25 mm and slant edges 60 mm long, is resting on one of its base corners with its axis inclined at 30° to HP. Draw its projections if the base side opposite to that base corner on HP makes an angle of 40° to VP and apex is nearer to observer. These conditions I'll explain in the problem itself. First of all, just by reading the question we can say that the type of solid is a pentagonal pyramid. So I'll draw the diagram for that and explain the initial conditions. So here we have a pentagonal pyramid in which the base is in the shape of a pentagon. There are 5 corners. Those 5 corners are connected with slant edges to the common apex, which is point O. And then there are 5 triangular faces of this pentagonal pyramid. Next, as in the question it is mentioned that the pentagonal pyramid base is 25, slant edge is 60 mm long, is resting on one of its base corners. So whenever the condition is of base corner, then we have to draw it in such a way that I'll explain it in the problem itself. First, I am drawing the XY line. XY line and VPHP. It is resting on one of its base corners. So for that, I'll draw the pyramid in HP because nothing is mentioned. Either it is an HP or VP, so we can take it in HP. And it is resting on base corner. So for that, first I'll draw a light vertical line. Over that, I'll mark the edge, which is 25. And then in order to draw the pentagon, the edges are inclined at 72°. Then marking this 25 mm base edge onto this side and even on the other side. Next, keeping the same base edge, drawing an arc here, cutting it from the other point on the opposite side. So here I get this point. Joining it will complete the pentagon. Now I'll give the notations to it. 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash and 5 dash. Now since in the question it is mentioned that a pentagonal pyramid base is 25 mm, slant edge is 60 mm long, is resting on one of its base corners. Since it was given that it is resting on its base corner, I am taking that reference corner as 4 dash. Means that is why I have drawn the pentagon in this way. Otherwise, it would have been on this edge as well. But since it is mentioned that it is resting on its base corner, so we have to take that corner which is on the right hand side, because in solids, we are going to tilt the solid onto the right hand side. So here I am taking this corner as 4 dash. Next, I'll draw the apex of this pentagon, and for that I'll take half of this edge, which is 25. Here it is 12.5. joining it to the opposite corner. Here also this is 25. So half of that, joining it to the opposite corner. And here I am getting their intersection. This is the apex. So joining all the corners at the apex will give me the triangular faces of the pyramid. Next, after getting this apex, which is point O, this is the top view of the pentagonal pyramid. Now I'll project it and draw the front view. Point 1 dash and 2 dash will give me 1. Here it is 1 and 2. Actually, this is 1 dash 2 dash. Here the notations will be 1, directly 1, 2, 3 and 4. No need of dash here because we are drawing the top view. Now in the front view we can give it as 1 dash 2 dash. Next, here this point will be 4 dash, 3 and 5 will be here 3 dash comma 5 dash. Then slant edges are given as 60 mm. So for that I'll measure 60 mm in the compass. Measuring 60 and cutting it from any one of the slant edge on the apex. Joining them will give me the slant edge. Joining 3 dash 5 dash on this apex. So here there will be O dash, and this is the initial condition. Now once I have drawn this pyramid light in top view and front view, now I'll make it dark. And here is the axis. So this is the initial condition of the pentagonal pyramid in the top view and front view. Now it is given that pentagonal pyramid base is 25 and slant edges 60, is resting on one of its base corners with its axis inclined at 30 degree to HP. So the first condition was it is resting on its base corner. Next, axis is inclined at 30 degree to HP. So this inclination at 30 degree to HP will be seen in VP, and inclination with HP, that is denoted as theta, and theta is equal to 30 degrees. So this will be visible in VP. And if I see here axis and base, they are perpendicular to each other. So if axis is inclined at 30 degree, base will be 90 minus 30 inclined at 60 degree. So here I'll take a point and draw a 60 degree line. This is for the base. Now here I'll draw a light line. This is the base and inclined at 60 degree. So I'll measure the distance of the base from 4 dash to 1 dash. Mark it over here since the axis is inclined at 30 degree. Next, I'll take this distance. Here giving the notations 1 dash comma 2 dash, and this is 4 dash on the corner. Next, from 1 dash 2 dash I'll mark 3 dash and 5 dash. Then up to the axis, I'll measure the distance of the axis and plot it here. And from there, I'll draw a perpendicular line. Drawing a perpendicular line. Next, this shows the axis. And finally, I'll measure the slant edge, which was given as 60. Taking it from 4 dash, copying it here. Joining it to get the pyramid, the slant edge. And here is the axis. Now, base is inclined at 60 degree and here we have 90. So 90 minus 60 means the axis is inclined at 30 degree. And I have already given the notation. This is O dash. So this is the front view of the pentagonal pyramid, which is tilted about its axis at 30 degree. Now I'll draw the top view of this inclined pyramid. So observer is at the top. Those points needs to be projected first, which are visible to the observer. So here point O dash, that is the apex, will be closest to the observer. It will be projected light, and here also I am getting the apex, point O. So the intersection of these two lines gives me the apex. Then point 1 dash 2 dash, that is an edge looking like a point in front view, that will be projected. Next, point 1 will be projected, and even point second, they are onto the same level. So point 1 and point 2. Next, 3 and 5 are onto the same line. So 3 and 5, point 3 will be projected here onto this line. Point 5, point 4 dash will be projected from the front view. And here in the top view it is point 4. So this gives me point 4. Now joining them, taking care of visibility. If we are looking from top as an observer, O dash, 1 dash, 2 dash, that is visible. So O will join 1 and 2. Next, 1 to 2 will be connected, visible. Then 1 to 5 will be connected, it is an outline, at the same time it is visible. 2 to 3 will be connected as an outline and also it is visible. 5 to O will be connected as an outline, and even 3 to 5 as an outline, and that is visible. So now, after this, point 4 is going behind the observer, so that will be hidden, not visible. So I'll plot it with the dotted line connecting 4 and 5 with dotted line and 4 and 3 with dotted line. Next, O dash 4 dash is also going behind the observer, so it is hidden. So this is the top view of the pyramid. Second condition is completed. After that, the last condition is draw its projections if the base side opposite to the base corner on HP makes an angle of 40 degree to VP. It means draw the projection of the base side opposite to the base corner. Which corner on which it is resting? That is corner 4. So opposite to that corner, the base edge is 1 to 2. It means in the problem it is said that this base edge 1 to 2, which is opposite to the corner on which the pyramid rests, makes an angle of 40 degree to VP. So inclination of 40 degree to VP, that is denoted as phi, will be seen in HP, and apex is nearer to observer. First of all, I'll fix the observer in HP. Observer is here at the bottom. Now the base edge 1 to 2, it will be inclined at an angle of 40 degree to VP seen in HP, and apex should be nearer to the observer as it is mentioned. So next I'll take a point here. Selecting a point and measuring the angle as 40 degree. Next, drawing a light line through it. So this indicates the inclination of the base edge, and which base edge which was opposite to the corner 4, that is 1 to 2. The inclination is 40 degree. So I'll measure this base edge, which is 2 to 1 or 1 to 2, and plotting it in such a way that the apex will come nearer to observer. So here we have point 1, this is point 1, and here there is point 2. Next, I need to copy this entire pyramid here. For that, first I'll mark the half of it, that is drawing this line so that I get the apex. So from 2 to 1 or 1 to 2, I'm marking a point, and then measuring an angle of 90 degree through it, which is the perpendicular line, an angle of 90 degree, and drawing a light line through it. Then measuring the distance from edge 1 to 2 up to the apex, that gives me apex O. Then I'll copy one of the points at a time. For 3 and 5, I will require this line, which is this pink line. So I am measuring the distance from edge 1 to 2 up to the line and going to mark it over here. Drawing light line through this point. Light line. Measuring the distance of either any one of the point because the distances are same. So I take the distance of 5, same will be for 3. So here we have point 3 and point 5. Then point 4 is left. I'll measure its distance from the base edge 1 to 2. Here we have point 4. Next, joining them will give me the entire pyramid in the inclined position. Then joining it from 5 to O and 3 to O. Apex is nearer to observer as they have mentioned in the question. Joining O to 1. O to 1, that is visible. O to 4 is hidden. So here this is visible. And then O22 is also visible. Then 3 to 5 and 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 is hidden. So here I'll make a small correction over this, that the hidden lines, I'll show it over here. It is this hidden line I'm showing in red, that is 4 to 5 is hidden and 3 to 4 is hidden. These are the two hidden lines, whereas O21 is visible, O22 is visible. Now when observer is here, I need to project the front view. So those points will be projected first which are closer to the observer. Point O is closer to observer. Point O will be projected, which is the apex, and here O dash, that gives me point O, O double dash. Next, after that, points 1, 2 and 3 will be projected in order. Point 1 and here 1 dash. Wherever they intersect, I'll get point 1, 1 double dash. Next, point 2 and 1 and 2 are at the same level. So here there is 2 double dash, then point 3, point 3 will be projected, point 3 double dash. Next, point 4 will be projected just behind point 1, and here there is point 4 on XY line, so 4 double dash. At last, point 5 will be projected up, point 5 double dash. Now I need to join the points in proper sequence. When the observer is here, first of all I'll make the outlines, that is O23 will be visible closer to the observer. At the same time O22, that is also closer to observer. So now here I'll connect the points in order and the outline will be dark. So from when the observer is here, O23, O22, these lines are visible. So O23, that is O double dash to 3 double dash is visible. Then O22, that is O double dash to 2 double dash visible. Next, after this, the edge O25 is going behind the observer, so this will be hidden. Means after that, O24 will be connected. Next, 2 to 3 will be visible. 2 double dash to 3 double dash, as they are closer to observer. 3 double dash to 4 double dash, observer is here. This edge is also visible, which is hidden in the top view, so visible in the front view. Next, edge 1 to 5 will be hidden and edge 1 to 2 will be hidden because it is going away from the observer. So connecting them with dotted line, and finally 1 double dash will be connected to O, that is also going behind the observer, so that should be drawn with the help of a dotted line. And next I'll give the dimensioning to it. Base edge is 25 mm long, and the height is, here the slant edge is given. For that I'll draw a light projection. And that is 60 mm long is the slant edge. And so after giving the dimensions, the question is completed.